But this is a deep, watery, essential feeling in this moon. It's time to really feel what we feel and also protect our feelings, and knowing that we need to trust those waves. Feelings usually come in waves, and having boundaries around those emoting tidal waves. It's the ebb and the flow of the goddess of the night, or in this case, the day and the night actually become one. Arriving at 4:27 a.m. Eastern, 3:27 a.m. Central, 2:27 a.m. Mountain, and 1:24 a.m. Pacific. Go ahead and check your timeline for when the goddess of the night apex is for you. And new moons truly bring us new beginnings, a new cycle of life. I believe that this is like the birth of the new year, the cycle of new beginnings in the season of Scorpio. And if you can, go ahead and take time and really look at your intention list from the last new moon. Dive deep into what is coming to fruition and what has really lost its fire. It has no more passion.
Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings. As always, divine wills blessings. I am Tonya D, the Tonya D. I'm your go-to holistic shaman, medium, and otherworldly life coach, and a reflector by design, a seer into the unseen. And oh my goddess of the night, did you get awoken at the apex hour? I sure did. But welcome to the new moon in Scorpio. And what are you cutting away? Where are you drawing the line? Where are you setting the stage for your energetic boundaries? Where are you doing a plot twist instead of a plot thickening? Are your new moon intentions really aligned with your future blessings? Did you create a blessing bowl? Are you acting as if, are you able to do the shadow work even? Going into the imaginal realm, the imagination, and give time and space to be imaginal, be mystical, be otherworldly. And if you have yet to subscribe here on YouTube, please do. Also, join me live to spill the tea in my online coven, my grimoire. How? It's simple, actually. Just subscribe to the Musing News. I do have the link in the show notes here. Come sip some cosmic brew with me. It's always the third Friday of each and every month. Coming to an online theater through Zoom. This Friday is all about the elementals, possibly throwing in the subtle energies, and what elemental boosts an energetic center. You're going to receive a fresh email with the link this Thursday and also 15 minutes before on Friday as well to join me live. The following day, I am doing gift and purpose once again. And we all have a gift and we also have a purpose, a divine alignment. This is happening Saturday evening at Crohn's Hollow, 7 p.m. if you're in Salt Lake City, Utah. But this is all about setting the stage for some inner aha moments. We've really raised the bar. We've drawn the bridge. We've created this new line, an emotional line, protecting our feelings. Really, you know, sometimes protecting our feelings, I know for myself, my dad lives with me, and what he feels and senses is very different than mine. So I often have to create an energetic boundary and use the word no. I do not feel this or that way about certain things that he does. So those around you that are not in your emotional alignment are really going to feel the line being drawn. That's why I brought that up. There's no escaping. We're upcycling our value, drawing the line on feeling valuable, our behavior, our thoughts, stabilizing our emotional foundation, creativity, collecting for services rendered, even relationships, walking away from structures or bindings that maybe somebody else has put upon us, possibly opening a door to new faith, a spiritual connection, a new legacy that really resonates and is evolving and being seen out into the world for the shining star that we all are. It's all unique divine timing. So welcome to the weekly snippet, once the daily. And if you are new to my show, my channel, gratitude and blessings, thanks for showing up and inviting your friends. Cosmic insights, the planets, the elementals of the galaxy doing their cosmic whipping dance there. I do follow the lunar energies by design, being a reflector, through both the seasons and the gates. And we all have intuitive gifts. So if you're feeling the call to navigate yours, awaken them, or utilize them, take my Change Your Stars quiz. It's super fun to find out your intuitive gift order, psychic ability. You'll see some funny videos there. And the 4 pillars of destiny, the elements of the day, the pathways. I did bring in the energy of the hour of this new moon. But I'm always asking myself as a reflector, I'm very hyper aware of environments. I've left places before because I get a feeling. It's usually like 3 seconds, like I know before I even get there, usually. The time, the place, the people. So it's like, am I with the right people at the right time and place? And even the environment, time, it's always time, place. It's this webbing and weaving. And what am I seeing or sensing, otherworldly or this world? What's the movement I'm creating? What's the solution? I'm more solution driven. Like, I already know there's problems, but what's the solution? Like, I think if we were solution orientated, problems would probably dissipate a lot faster. I do create within my energy fields, but the key is truly always trusting our intuitive gifts and our intuition. Take my quiz, change your stars. If you are really curious about your intuitive gifts, pretty simple, and I do have a video to follow up to assist you with that. Some of them may just be otherworldly, and I do find the out of body energetic centers light up upon a different stage. And knowing that we are in the imaginal realm today, the mystical empathy, the shaman's portal through the season of Scorpio, I really sense that we should be cleansing our auric field. I'll say doing an energetic etheric body scrubbing, maybe on the etheric highway. And really, if you can, like I journal with the moon as a reflector. And it's been quite interesting through the seasons of each astrology sign, along with the Chinese four pillars. They carry different frequency, energy, vibration, so you can kind of get into the flow of things through the seasons, and also the gates. They're topsy-turvy sometimes. But as I follow these lunar energies entering the vortex, the shaman's portal, it's like, am I in the lower world, the middle world, the upper world? Am I just an avatar in this world? And the moon in Scorpio always gets a bad rap. However, Scorpio is where one draws the line energetically or physically, emotionally, mentally, causally, spiritually. It's like, fool me once, but don't you dare try to fool me twice. So when a Scorpio cuts the cord is done. So we're all kind of drawing the line in different areas in our natal chart. It might be that inner voice, how we speak to ourselves. It could be the outer voice, how we speak to the outer world. Could be our relationship. But, you know, a Scorpio doesn't look back. The offering is over. Just know that. So seeing into the depths of the story, going into the deep waters. Even when I do a cowrie shell divination, it's the deep, deep waters. Ruled by Pluto, of course. And we have the god of the underworld at the 28th degree in Capricorn. So we're really recalibrating our structures. What it feels like to me is that the illusion of the top. Like, do we trust the higher ups, the world we live in, the high society, the boat? So truth is to be told, in separating ourselves, kind of like the Titanic, the ship sank either way. And it really didn't matter what floor of the ship you were on, what part of the boat. The tidal wave, it's time to say no. Like establishing new opportunities in saying no and thank you. That's kind of how I see that. So just a few announcements on this mystical, magical Monday. On the menu, the Musing Moon meditation did arrive. It was a little slow getting there, a little tortoise-like. My apologies. And the ritual. I hope you do love the rituals there. Be sure to bask into those lunar energies. And also the Scorpio Sacred Spirit Circle. Just grateful. Thank you so much for taking my views and listening and tuning in on my show. I appreciate that. And I just want to give a shout out. The views are over the lunar rainbow, by the way. And ritual, cosmic rituals, otherworldly rituals. Ritual being food for our soul. It really is the foundation. And being in the season where we really do have this opportunity to connect with the other world, being that the veil is so thin, it's time to really, I would say, subscribe to your subconscious, to the realm of the greater spirit. It's time to really invoke our intentions, create some sacred space to really connect with your own inner soul garden. Do you feel safe in this world? And to really flick away the negativity, any streams that may come your way. And also, in case you didn't know, my weekly podcast episodes, you could actually now also find them on Audible. I just found out, just saying. So if you do have an Audible account, YouTube, you can also tune in here, and TonyaD.tv and other avenues for your happy listening pleasure. Musing with Tonya D. This is the season of the witches. This week, I do have Andrea Tomas. I was actually on her show, so we did a little twist and turn there. But Andrea, it's the mystical guide, which we're in the mystical season, the mystical guide to embracing life and transformation, which that is Scorpio, I'm telling you. But she's also a fellow reflector. She's a 5-3 reflector in human design. I'm a 6-2. So it was kind of interesting that we collaborated together, two reflectors having a little reflector gasm on each other's shows. It was super exciting and super fun. And also Cowy Shell Divination. This was actually an art of divination. There's many forms of divining. I still use my tarot cards. I prefer the Fae. I have a Contomble lineage in my perfection, I should say. But I do offer one-on-one support sessions, really connecting you to your magic, your medicine, and ritual. Ritual is the prime design in some aspects. So if your soul is at a crossroads, maybe you're getting nudged, maybe you're like getting the signs in the seasons and you're not really paying attention. I do them in person at Crohn's Hollow. It's a little witchy store here, a coven, if you will, on Thursdays, noon to 4 p.m. Limited slots open there. But also I do them online if you're called through Zoom. I do show you the shells, have a little platform so you can see the shells and what speaks to me so you can see what I'm seeing. You can also browse my musing corridor. I really do believe we're all stars on the spiritual walk of fame, and it's really time to be the star that we all are. So yeah, I'm super stoked about that. And on the elemental highway, like I said, I did bring in the hour, a yin fire ox hour, ding chow. So that's fantastic. That's the new moon's energy of the day. But as you can see, we do have a new month pillar. We have a very waterfall kind of a month, a water flowing. Yin water, a waterfall flowing into yang water, a lake or a pond, the ocean. We've got opportunities here. It kind of feels like an ocean now that I say that out loud because we've got yin water on the year, yin water on the month, and 2 pigs. So this is like heavenly water flowing into, it could be rain, into the ocean. Feels galactic. Yin water pig, yin and yang. It's the full pour. Water falling or flowing into a lake. And yin wood, our day master, the day master, that's the master influencer of the day. A yin wood pig, yai hai, we've got 2 pigs. So this is a very resourceful day, a day where the resources may kind of rot the roots where they're overly wet. However, the roots are cold. So this is like a swamp. The yin wood is rooted, but it's also floating. It reminds me of like a lily pad or floating, lotuses on water, stuff like that. That's what it feels like. There's no earth to really root our day. The imaginal realm is very innovative. It's imaginal. I would go into the imagination, visualization, and ask for a solution to your intentions. Really, I've been doing that. I'm doing a weekly 8 weeks of manifestation live every Friday on Rising of the Origins if you want to join me there. But the hour is kind of our savior, so to speak. The hour of the new moon. We have the ox, which is also part of the water direction. That carries the career. It's the northern region of our life journey, knowledge, the ox, cultivating inner wisdom. It's our personal growth, learning. It's kind of like it's calling us to be soliciting our inner solitude, to be in a meditative state, a trance state, communicating, networking. It's time to attract those mentors, improving our flow in life and really drawing upon some inner courage, yin metal, which is in storage. The hour of the goat, that gets released. But we've got a lot of water here. There's even yin water in the ox. So water is being in the flow. It's reconciling. It's forgiveness. It's flowing. It's getting clarity about something. And really being courageous when that gets released. The yin fire on the hour, the ding fire, yin fire ding, ding, ding and bing. That's our energy performance. So this is some warming. This is candle charisma. It may be wise to really light a candle and do a Celtic tree divination ebook, which I just loaded online, to really carve into your candle. I'm actually putting in my carvings on my website, little mini ebooks, if you will, to assist you in carving into the candles, sigils, that resonate with your soul and your heart, what you want to bring in. But meditate. This is a very meditative day, soliciting your inner solitude, your inner waters, your inner peace, calm. It's an emotional feeling kind of energy. So there's also some contemplation, to be still, feeling, and empathy. It's the astral channel. The two pigs, though, wallowing in the mud. Our day does need spirit. We need some warmth. So this is our inner spirit. It's also the small intestine. It's about nourishing ourselves, absorbing nourishment, if you will. I would say spiritual nourishment, looking at this. But our soul is definitely aroused. The yang wood in the pig is like a hidden enemy. So I wouldn't allow anybody to rain on your imagination today. You know, when you've got that fantastic, innovative idea and somebody says that one snippet of a thing and just rips the rug out from underneath you, you need a boundary around that, an energetic boundary. I'd possibly surround myself energetically in silver to deflect all negativity, like nothing gets in unless my gatekeepers or the Great Spirit allows it, literally flicking that shift away. And holding your imaginal realm safe and very sacred. Bringing in spirit to really assist you, bring in your spirit team, the waters. That's a lot of water, right? But if you're a tiger or have tiger in your chart, those pigs, you're really going to kind of add some giddiness to your day, being in the flow. It's giddiness, it's having fun and feeding your innovations. That's what a young tiger with the pig kind of energy does. So wealth for a wood day, master, that comes in nurturing, creating a solid foundation, home, the flesh, being embodied, earth, solidarity, nurturing ourselves. It's sustenance in nurturing. Earth is also our health, connectedness, and being stable. You can actually use sacred geometry shapes. I would go with the square if you need a solid foundation to ground, possibly too. As well, you can use the earth as a tool to ground. Give all that water some direction, if you will. And also, what can you do to honor your own inner earth or your outer earth? You know, we go to the mountain to tell the mountain our secrets. The mountain holds the secrets. It's a big, juicy, I'm going to call them giants, really. Dragons, right? So a lot of this is happening inside of us. The only thing that is flowing outside of us is our emotional field, big water. So you may have an outer wave of emotion that comes up, sprouting from the depth, from under the sheet. So listen to what you are feeling. Emotions need to be felt. Sometimes they need to be heard. Ask a Gemini moon. They've got to talk about how they feel. And once you allow them to be felt and heard, that's when they dissipate. It's like sitting in a container with your best friend and connecting with that part of you or particle of you that needs that attention. So again, who is in the Rising of the Origins? I am doing an 8-week manifestation journey on Facebook, and we're coming into week 2 this Friday. So it's not too late to join in on the fun. I'm giving you journaling prompts every Friday. We're kind of doing a topsy-turvette, swaying back and forth. And the messages today, because we're in the season of Scorpio, especially with this moon, I actually went with my Shaman Oracle deck. I like to really go deep when there's energies of Scorpio and going into the imaginal. I think that's where there's a lot of mystical, there's a lot of isms happening. I really connect with the shaman's portal, and it activates all the other energetic centers in and out of body as well as the wheel of life turns. So with that, the shaman's oracle, I am imagining in my mind's eye, just saying, 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers, the infinite, just opening up my heart and being mindful of how do I relate to this world. But we're starting this week with many paths, and we have a variety of paths to take. Many crossroads, right? So that might just be how it feels, as if you're at a crossroads, like which path do I take? Where do I believe I belong in my heart? Am I longing for a new way to believe? Do my beliefs and where I belong align with my spiritual acumen? What does my spirit say? Am I connected to spirit? That's what I do pretty much every day. So many paths. All paths lead to spirit, and what we, each and every one of us, gift and purpose, bring to our internal journey is really what determines if our path is one of suffering, of wisdom, of bliss, of joy molecules, or of loss. Now, loss and grief are kind of a curious thing. Listen to my episode with Amber Tark. Fantastic grief rituals, but it's all about perspective. What is the higher perspective? Seeing it through all points of view. But being otherworldly, the path is kind of outgrown. We've outgrown the path. And just knowing that the risk is great. It's a great risk. We're risking losing our way, our path. So we're kind of being nudged, and you may literally hear a whisper in the wind. It's time to really step out of our comfort zone, leave what's familiar, go into the uncomfortable, those unfamiliar waters, go into the deep, dark woods. That's where our authenticity sits. Our authentic nature, change, transformation is in the darkness of those woods where all eyes are upon us. And really allow the beings in nature, the Fae, that's what I always go to, the Fae. There's many kinds. Could be a leprechaun, could be a gnome, variety of cultures in the Fae. Even allow them to be your guide, a nature guide, directing us through those dark woods until we reach our destination. And as always, when we're in the pit of despair, the shadows, there's always a glimmer of light in the darkness of the shadows. And we don't know where we're going, but we always know the path is always going to take us where we're meant to be. So I would sit in the sound of silence. I think of that song, literally, the sound of silence. And if the weather permits, I would really go to nature and sit with the nature beings, contemplate, be in solitude, and just know that all roads lead to spirit, but we have to be a conduit. We have to open up that door to communication and leave it open. Vitally important. I usually do it first thing in the morning and before I go to bed, or middle of the day driving down the road, let's be honest. So ashe. So yeah, blessings, many paths today. Choose the right one. And then on Terrific Tuesday, let's see here. There we go. Stand still, which I find really curious for myself. I have the gate of stand still in human design. I think it's my sun or it's my moon. I think it's my sun or the earth. Doesn't really matter. But the 52, this is a feeling into our thoughts. Like what thought is next? And when we feel a spirit or a telepathic kind of spiritual connectivity, being a conduit for spirit, a voice for spirit, this is a higher octave of spirit to spirit. With feelings and communication, just opening up to spirit, be loving, add feelings as your ingredient, the feelings of divine connection, the purest form of love that there is, along with a soul belief. Imagine it, believe it, to be it, and add the divine pour of love so it is and will be. Ashe. But this is the pause. This is the peace. This is the in breath, the hold, and the out breath. I like to do the in for 3, the out for 3, and the hold for 3. This is giving ourselves room to breathe, space to breathe. Be a watcher, be in observation, be in that corridor to reflect. It's the pause point, the 0 point filled, the non-action, even what is seen when we feel stuck on that hamster wheel. It really is like stopping time. It's the invitation that when life appears to be a stalemate, stuck, stagnant, dirty water, it's a reminder that the wheels are always constantly moving. Also, when the wheels are always moving, it's not going to get us to our destination any faster, right? It's the constant movement. So it's time to really take a pause and really gather that inner wisdom, that inner reflection of wisdom. I would actually probably call in a stone elemental, just saying, that just popped in. But wait until the universe makes her next move. It's kind of, things are always orchestrated in our favor, divine timing, right? That's the time. It's the time to be in the joy and really allowing the universe, trusting in the universe, that the universe is going to align our personal fabric of destiny, and all the pieces are really coming together in our favor for our highest, elevated, greatest good God wills. Time to bask in the reverie, the sun, play, have fun. Allow God to handle all your problems and really go ahead and enjoy our day. In this case, our week, recharging our spirit, our energy vitality. And remember to remove your focus, remove your focus on what's stalling, what's the stalemate, like bask that to the side. Life is always on the spin, so it's time to kind of jump off that wheel and just be grateful for what we already have. And it's as if new doors are opening for us continually and constantly. And then on Wizardry Wednesday, after we do our our standstill, excuse me, I have a sip of my coffee on that one. Yeah, I know, right? I don't normally do that. And you're probably wondering where my dreads are. Well, you know, I need a new hairdo myself all the time. But Wizardry Wednesday, we have the rattle. And the rattle, I use my rattle to call in the jinns, the voices of the other world. I use my bell, but I love my rattle. But this again goes back to Monday. We had 34, and today we have 43. So many paths are being rattled upon us. Do you believe in your heart? Do you believe you belong on this spiritual path, going on this inspirited journey? Are you on a spiritual path that you do belong on? And what does your heart, what's stirring in your heart? What does your heart believe about this spiritual journey? I use my rattle to call in the spirits of the unseen. If you've ever had a cowrie shell divinations, I also invoke spirit. Very intangible. I can feel the hands heating up. It's fantastic. But the directions, the rattles, like my drum, it also has a body. It's the earth on her axis, represents the earth being held in space time. So we can rattle in our destiny. We can use prayer, invocations, ritual, as always, a guide to really pray for all of the earth, all the beings in the seen and the unseen. That's what this message is. And often we kind of get caught in the crossfires of our own personal needs, but this is an offering. We need to offer our own imagination, go into the imaginal realm and really pray for all, for everyone, for their highest of highs, for all the goods in everything we need. And just knowing heartfelt that everything is actually provided for us. We manifest all the time. And we do get in our own magical way. Sometimes we get our own energetic hiccups. That's what I call those. But it's time to ride the whispering wings of Creator. Catch the whispering sound of co-creator, God, on the up cycle. You know, not on the shouting. Shouting is an energy of nature out of balance, like when birds squawk, right? So if you're getting those nudges that are kind of subtle messages, we already have all that we need. So it's like asking us, are we trying to craft more, create more, when things are standing like right before us? Spinning the wheels for our own benefit isn't a great idea right now. This is our pause point. It's like, where are my shamanic wisdom keepers? It's a message of being offered the tools, the creator tools. We've all got them. We've all got resources. We already have them in our mystical, magical travel bag, but it's time to actually use them authentically. And in doing so, this like serves on the divine platter, the purpose. So you may actually want to call in your spirit team, ask your spirit team to really assist you on this divine purpose. I'm in it, the wheels, the circuitry, I've been doing it. And as a reflector, reflecting the health of community, I often find myself, you know, how many reflectors have experienced a near-death experience, or how many are on the shamanic path of being in this world and not of it, and of this world and not in it. Shaman's always got a foot in, or a leg in, I should say, one world or the other. And I recently listened to my first divination with Elder Melodoma. Spirit guided me to him. I worked with him up until he transitioned into the other world, and now I just work differently, to be honest. But my spirit is in the other world, and I am a kind of an avatar, and this one is how he described that. And it really does feel about right. It always appears, he told me, that I'm somewhere distant or somewhere otherworldly. So if you are feeling the call and spirit is nudging you, get on my schedule for a divination, a one-on-one. I do offer multiple sessions, ritual prescriptions. They need to be integrated. That's why doing soul discovery sessions, more than one, is kind of, I would say that would be a prescribed ritual I should probably do for some. But yeah, to integrate, you got to integrate ritual. Nothing's ever one and done, right? It takes 9 months to create a baby. It takes moon intentions, 8 weeks, 40 days sometimes to categorize these as well. So if your soul's nudging you and you're like at a crossroads and you're topsy-turvetish, let me know and I'll be grateful to assist. That's kind of my gift, and my purpose is to be the seer to the unseen, to show you things that you may not have thought were on your highway. Usually they're prophetic. 6 months later, I do get phone calls back, just saying. Okay, let's go here now. Tantalizing Thursday, we have the Rainbow Bridge, the colors of the rainbow. I love this. Again, a 4. So where does my heart belong? And what is my heart longing for? What does your heart desire? What is my next thought? Thoughts are holding cells for every experience we have ever experienced, this life or any other. Cells, not, well, I guess it could be a prison cell. Thoughts can imprison us. But I often feel as if we are living multiple timelines, lifetimes simultaneously. But the rainbow, the 7 rays of a spiritual path. I'm going with 7 rays because the rays are, they bring different things to us, and they can really call them in to our different centers for healing different aspects. So I like the rays over the steps of the rainbow of the chakras. It's a true spiritual path, resonating with the rainbow bridge of the energetic centers, seen often as the essence, the pure essence of our body. The rainbow, when all the centers are in divine alignment, they turn into pure white, pure energy of its purest form. Didn't that just feel fantastic when I said that out loud? Pure. The Rainbow Bridge, the bridge between beauty and wellness. I use that tagline at my Beauty and the Beast, my big salon spa healing center. It's between the physical and the spiritual, both of those worlds and anything in between. And when we travel to the other world, the upper, lower, middle, we're always journeying across the bridge into the heavenly universe or the shadow universe. We've always got options. But the rainbow is the heavenly universe. And it appears really as an affirmation and invocation that everything is well upon this bridge, and that we are on the correct path of our journey. So this brings me back to Monday. So it's important often, not to get too entangled into the web, the pot of gold, the illusion, the Maya, the treasure. The treasure's in the moment. It's in the now, to be in the now. It's a moment of coming into the rainbow, the bliss of the rainbow, and being in the rainbow of everything around us, and really acknowledging and accessing all of our gifts, our purpose. They're all there. Some of them are often so obvious that we may have missed them. Often our innate talents, I see this all the time, they do get missed. Others can see our gift, our purpose, our light, but we tend to often go after somebody else's gift and purpose because we don't recognize the divine spark inside of us. So hold on to your heart's intentions. Are they true? The intentions you're subscribing to today, you scribe them out on this new moon, fantastic day. It's time to hold them near and dear, and not to be led down a path of illusion. That's kind of the messages here. So you can see we're flowing into the rainbow bridge. We need to flip our paradigm is kind of what I'm sensing there. And then we finish on Fantastic Friday with the staff, which I love this staff. I've kind of created my own. The 51, this is loving our thoughts. Are your thoughts loving yourself, your being? What is your next thought? Is it loving? Are your thoughts needing boundaries? Can you open your heart to a new way of thinking and loving yourself? What does that even feel like? What we think about ourselves only rings true if our heart is aligned with it and our spirit opens us up to it. Are you able to open up your heart to thoughts that are percolating, that are mystical, magical, and I'm going to say imaginal, knowing that we are enough, we are love incarnate? Affirmations, be affirmative, invoke words. So the staff is kind of like, I will say it's nature's authority. It reminds me of Merlin, of course, holding the power, holding the staff, commanding forces, helping us to find the right course of action, the way of the middle, the Merlin, assisting us in the maintenance between fairness, balance, balancing the polarities as we start down the many paths laid before us today on Monday. So the serpent staff, Moses had a staff, the power to summon nature, healing of all the things, plagues included. It's kind of reminding us of the temporary situations, temporary time here on Earth. We're not here very long, right? But the staff is calling us to be our own inner authority. It comes from a deep longing, an inner longing to be of service. The polarity of flow, I'm kind of sensing it's between the South Node Libra, North Node Aries for some reason. But the polarity there, I don't know why I thought of that, but the polarity flows. It's time to weigh in on all possibilities, the endless possibilities, and just allowing our intuition, our gut instinct to really select the path that's right for us and trusting our innate inner wisdom, the gift. It's time to take the first bold step out into somewhere new and unfamiliar, knowing that our heart, the star that we are, is already in the imaginal. Our star is already in the imaginal, stepping out on this ledge and using the power of our inner wisdom, our innate wisdom, to unite what appears to be divided, separated, smoothing out those waves, all that yin water from the heavenly universe and the lake below or the ocean, smoothing the waves, the crest of the waves, the delicate waves of surrender and will, as divine wills, God wills. Add that to your intention. So it's a polarity between a longing in our heart that we're feeling and a thought that we can open up to. It's the bridge between where we draw the line in all fairness in this duality. So I would affirm that I am in sacred space, in my chamber maybe, my sphere, embracing great transformation for my highest, greatest good for all. And with that, I say ashe. And if your heart is calling you, like I said, journey with me as I find. Spill the tea. Join me to spill the tea. It's going to be all about the elementals, using the elementals, not just, I think you can bring them in for ritual and the physical as well. I know that. I know. So yeah, I know. And also within our energetic centers if you're going through something. So thanks for tuning in. Blessings as always. Make it a fantastic week and hold the tone of your intentions for this Scorpio new moon. Blessed be.
The
Ashe.
relationship was very rocky, and I was actually planning to break up with him. And I don't speak a lot about this because I don't want to portray the relationship or him in any way, but that was the situation I was in. And I remember I was like, okay, I was constantly trying to get out of the relationship and I couldn't do it. And it was July, and I was looking at retreats to go to Bali or Costa Rica in August. And I even told him, I'm like, I'm going to leave in August. And then this result came in, like we found out that he has stage 4 cancer. And I was like, oh my God. Like my initial reaction and what I told him was like, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be next to you every step of the way. Like it was just like a knowing. I'm like, I have no thoughts of leaving or nothing else. I'm gonna be here next to you every step of the way.